It is a widely prescribed type of antibiotic, but instead of making patients better, many say it actually makes them worse.
So we wanted to know, what's the FDA doing to regulate how these drugs are being used? CBS 13's Maria Medina is getting answers.
Andrusiani doesn't get around her Concord home like she used to, not since she was treated for pneumonia last winter. She was prescribed the generic version of Levaquin, a powerful antibiotic.
It was a prescription for 10 days. On the 9th day, my arms went numb. And that night I woke up around midnight with, it felt like flames were coming out of my elbows.
Just days before, she was skiing Tuckerman's Ravine with friends.
How has this changed your life?
Well, the limitations are extreme. My life has really become extremely small. You know, I can't go out and do errands. I can't, go food shopping.
Thousands of patients have reported similar reactions to Levaquin, one of a powerful family of antibiotics known as flouroquinolones. We found this case in Boston's federal court. A Martha's Vineyard man sued, saying he suffered severe and debilitating tendon injuries. Levaquin has a black box warning from the Food and Drug Administration for increased risk of tendon ruptures, muscle weakness, and impacts on the central nervous system. A black box warning is the most severe safety advisory before a drug is pulled from the market altogether. Just how powerful is this drug? Two of the prescribed uses are for anthrax and the plague.
It is powerful.
Dr. Charles Bennett is one of the nation's leading watchdogs for prescription drugs. He says the big problem with flouroquinolones is inappropriate use.
And we're talking about going to a physician's office, having a little bit of sniffle, walking out with an antibiotic, and then shortly thereafter having these kind of problems.
He has filed 2 citizens petitions with the FDA seeking to expand the black box warning to include mitochondrial toxicity, meaning damage can occur within a patient's cells and possibly manifest years later as Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, or ALS.
Potentially a genetic predisposition to be a poor metabolizer of the drug. So it's not what you take it for. It's who you are.
The second petition wants to highlight the potential for serious psychiatric events.
This is another one from if I'm depressed.
Caroline Egan of Framingham was given Levaquin to treat a sinus infection. 8 years have passed, and the former daycare provider has never been the same.
One day I can be okay on focus, and another day I can't even talk to anybody because they're not making sense. It sounds like they're not speaking English.
Levaquin is made by a subsidiary of Johnson & Johnson. In a statement, they told us the antibiotic has been used for more than 20 years to treat infections, including those that might be serious or life-threatening. When used according to the product labeling, Levaquin has been proven to be safe and effective medication.
It's a real concern for us.
Dr. Ludwicus Jagmanis of BI Deaconess Plymouth told us physicians walk a fine line today because so many antibiotics don't work like they used to.
Unfortunately, we don't have we don't have a whole bunch of other potential drugs we can use. Obviously, if we can use a different drug, we certainly would.
Caroline regrets her doctor didn't give her any warning.
You don't be normal and then 3 days after taking a medication, and it's the only medication I was on, you can't walk.
Now, in a statement, an FDA spokesperson told our sister station in Boston the agency is reviewing the citizens' petitions.
The agency says they consider drug labels living documents, so they can be updated as new safety information becomes available.